What are you doing up there, Jasp? What are you doing, you crazy dog?
All right, so on today's Vast Motorsports, I'm Steve Vassallo, and I'm out here working on a '05 Duramax. It's the LLY, and it's actually my personal truck, and I'm going to go over a few things with you because I had no idea this was a problem. You always hear about the head gaskets being a problem on these trucks. You know, they only made that engine, the LLY, from 04.5 and '05, so it uses a different, we're going to call it the FICM. It's fuel injection control module, and they have their own specific one just for that year and a half. So little did I know they're bad about burning out. The capacitors on the board, it's got three big ones, and sometimes, especially when they get older or high mileage, they can actually self-destruct by melting down, and then it can heat up the board and melt the board, and I'll show you a picture of that. And then, so of course, you'll have a big issue trying to find one. Now, this is August 22, and you know, the truck's a '05, so it's getting up there, and these FICMs are getting very hard to find. So, if you have an LLY and you're watching this video for any other reason, or even because of FICM, I would suggest that you do go ahead and send it off to a rebuilder. There are many of them online. It starts out around $240, $230, depending on where you send it. They can go in and change those capacitors before they wind up melting down and hurting the board, because once the board's hurt and burnt, they can't rebuild it, and there's nothing you can do with it, so you got a piece of scrap. And you can't go to the dealer and get them. They're too old. The reman people themselves are having problems getting even rebuildable cores, so you're not going to find one in a junkyard or anything like that. They must be having a deal worked out with them where when they find one, they get it sent to them. So anyway, I did get scammed the other day. Got to watch out on that Facebook junk, you know, or it doesn't even just have to be Facebook or Marketplace, it could be anything. But I was vulnerable because it was a Friday night. I really need the part so bad. It was a decent deal. Luckily, I only got scammed out of 100. They wanted to hit me with the whole 1,000. I'm going to tell you, these FICMs are very expensive. The rebuilders, if they have one available, which they don't, but most of them want around 3,000 and up. And most people, for their used ones, like on the forums and stuff or groups online, they're asking 1,500 and up for a used one, and then you don't know what you're getting. You could have a piece of junk. See, what happened with mine was, I've owned the truck for a year now. I've been driving it all around, no issues with that. When I first bought it, I had to do the head gaskets. I knew that. That's why I bought the truck really cheap. I got a good deal on it because I knew I was going to have to work on it myself. So anyway, wound up doing that, put the the studs and the gaskets and everything. That's all been great. Truck drives great, runs great. I love the truck. All of a sudden, the other day, about 2-3 weeks back now, I was towing my son's car. We went and bought him the black Mustang, the '06. And when we were coming back from North Carolina, got off my exit right here, and it did good all day long pulling the trailer, no issues. Air was nice and cold because it was a very hot day. No problems running all day long till I got off the exit, and boom, it completely shut off, lost all power. It has never done that to me. So anyway, little digging here and there, and I found out it was the fuse for the FICM. So I wound up, you know, just going around shaking the harness. I was actually checking the harness to see if there was any frayed wires or anything rubbed through. They always try to say over the area right here, there's a little bracket that's built onto the FICM in the line. This harness goes over it, and it's supposed to be a bad wear spot. So anyway, checked over the harness real good, put another fuse in. It didn't pop it. Truck started right up. I'm only about 2 miles from the interstate, so I drove it on home with no issues, but I parked the truck because once that happens, I can't trust it. I'm not going to depend on it. I can't be out on the interstate somewhere going from here to Florida or something, you know, 600 miles away or somewhere in between, and the truck decided to start acting up on me. So anyway, I wound up getting lucky. I found a gentleman. He Gave me his phone number. I could call him and stuff, even though it was on Marketplace. We talked over 30 minutes. This guy, I could tell he owns the truck. He knows everything. When I would ask him a question, he knew right off. There wasn't no bull crap, you know. I could tell he wasn't trying to scam me. So anyway, we worked up a deal, paid him through PayPal, all that good stuff. $1,800 later, I have a reman unit, but at least it is a. And he even had the invoice and everything where he wound up sending in to. He told me his story was his original on his truck wound up popping a fuse one day, and he's a hot shot truck driver, so he needs his truck every day with the trailer pulling stuff. He wound up buying this one off someone used on Marketplace for $1,500. He said when he got it, it let the truck run and everything, but it had 2 codes. So he didn't like that. He wound up sending both units in to have them rebuilt at this company, and luckily he was able to get both rebuilt because I sent mine and they could not fix it. Board is destroyed. So anyway, sent this one and the other one in, and he got both back fixed. It's showing it all on the invoice and stuff, and I can tell the way they have the clear sealing on it instead of the black, and it's been like blasted a little or something, you know, to clean it up and all. And I like the way it's got the warranty stickers on it if you void, you know, but most remanufacturers are going to put them on. So everything looked legit. I'm about to install it now. It's a very simple install. So hang out for a few minutes and we're going to have to prime up the little primer there after we get the fuel lines hooked up, and we'll see if she fires. Alright, so I got it mounted in. It's pretty simple. You just got 3 bolts. They're 14 millimeter. Make sure you tighten those up. I've already got the bottom line on down here, and I'm about to do the upper line. This one has the seal. Make sure you put the seal over it like this. And then you got your banjo bolt. Just drop the bolt on through and get her threaded in. Now I'll get that run down pretty close or finger tight right in that area. I'm going to give it a little shot of WD because I don't want that washer to break or spin or anything like that. It's just got a really small little strap between the top and bottom to make it like a one piece, and it will break very easily. So I just like to put a little WD so it'll help it let everything turn and slide. And we're just going to snug that on down pretty good. Definitely tight. Don't try to break it off either, you know. It is a hollow banjo bolt. Alright, so now I can just plug my big cables in and put my little tube back on. Plug the, well, mass area is still plugged in. Hook my batteries back up. I just had them unhooked for the heck of it, and so it might clear any codes or reset everything while it's, you know, sitting. And let me get that filter housing primed out and see if she'll fire. Alright, so I got everything bolted up. Got the little primer housing primed out. Batteries are hooked back up. Wish me luck because here goes everything. Oh, nice. Nice. No lights so far. I could tell the batteries were a little drained. It's been sitting for almost a month now, probably. I can double check, but at least 3 weeks, probably a month, because I had to wait for a while for them to check the module out, tell me they couldn't even do anything with it. And then I had to order the other one and had to wait, you know, about 4 or 5 days for that. Alright, so far so good. Just wish me service because, or wish me luck because it really doesn't mean anything until I put it to service for a little while. I guess I'll go for a little ride over and see my parents or something with it and see how she does. What do you think, Jasp? Sounds like we got our diesel back. We got the Duramax back, buddy. Alright, now we can go down Florida and pull the Stingray and make some more videos. Yay! Got to let old Jasp get his water. He loves it. All right, I didn't see any leaks, so now it's time to go for a little test drive. Once again, please wish me luck, because I definitely need it. I have to say, I do miss the Duramax and my truck. I really miss my truck more than anything. I love this Silverado. But with this crap going on with the diesel, since I don't exactly use it all the time or like for a business or anything, you know, I'm not sure how long I really need to hang on to this thing. I may just go ahead and get a gas 2500 or something, you know, that'll still pull the camper if I need to. But even that, it's not like I pull it very often, and a gas would definitely pull the boats. So anyway,